Hello, my name is Jvanni. I'm here with my two audience members, my mom and my dad, and I'm going to begin my speech of Through the Eyes of General Anxiety Disorder. So, just to set the mood, imagine you're running through a forest at night, complete darkness. You see the light at the end of the path that you're running on, but every one step you take, it takes 10 steps away from you. So as you're beginning to drown in the panic of the darkness that you're in, you're all of a sudden jolted out of your sleep, hand gripping your chest, and as you're suffocating in the nightmare you just endured, you can't realize that you're safe. This is kind of what anxiety feels like. So in this speech, I will let you guys know what anxiety is, the signs and symptoms of the condition, and the treatments and remedies that are being used to treat it today. It's something that's relevant because my family has gone through this disorder, primarily the women in my family. I myself have been diagnosed recently with anxiety, and it's something that should just be brought to awareness because there's so many serious scenarios and bad ending scenarios and things that could have been prevented just simply by looking at the fact that it could have been anxiety itself. So I understand that it may be hard to figure out being safe, but I'll explain why it's so difficult. General anxiety disorder is excessive and continuous anxiety and worry that is difficult to control and can interfere with or complicate day to day activities. It's long term and chronic, meaning that it's something that you can't just get rid of right away. I've been suffering for anxiety a little before I graduated high school. Only a year and a half later, I was diagnosed, and still a year and a half to this date, I'm still going through it day by day. It can spawn from a number of things surrounding mental illness and mental status. A lot of things could include obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, depression, phobias, suicide, and stress. And it's something that's often overlooked because anxiety can be something so small that you don't think it can snowball into something so big. For me, my arachnophobia is something that'll instantly send me into a panic. So, with the common knowledge of what anxiety is, let's discuss what it serves to us on a silver platter. Some signs and symptoms to look out for and be aware of is overthinking, perceiving threats in situations that you otherwise would be safe, fear of uncertainty, indecisiveness, restlessness, and poor concentration. The physical signs include fatigue, insomnia, twitching, tension, nausea, vomiting, irritability, and nervousness. For me, I often suffer from fatigue or insomnia, maybe even some muscle tension here and there or nervousness. Just depends on the day. For children and teenagers, however, they present differently than we do, and it's something that, even though it's crumbling to us, it's something that adults usually overlook and just push aside. For teenagers and children, it can present as the need for approval or the need for reassurance, excessive time on work and tasks, perfectionism, which is a main problem of mine that I'm still trying to get through today, avoiding social settings, lack of confidence, and the simple need to just fit in. So even though these things seem common in the middle school ages and high school ages of development, these things are really serious to us and could be a sign that we need more. So now that we know the culprit and what they throw at us, let's dive into what can help us keep our hands on the wheel and gain back our control. Treatments used today include medications and psychotherapy. Benzodiazepines, antidepressants, and buspirone are medications that are used today. For me, once diagnosed, I got prescribed clonazepam, which brand name is Klonopin, and that's considered a benzodiazepine. Considering psychotherapy, it's basically just counseling. So, going to a psychologist and talking, or simply talking to a guidance counselor or anyone that you trust about your feelings or what's going on, making people aware of your situation. Other home remedies include simple exercise, making sleep a priority, relaxation techniques like yoga or meditation, healthy eating, avoiding alcohol and other substances, and stopping smoking and caffeine intake. So let's review. Today we learned what general anxiety disorder is, its signs and symptoms, and the treatments that we use today. So before you try to demote the nightmare that she's telling you about, or the lack of concentration in class, or the short temper that your loved one may have, let's try to consider that it could be something more crippling to them and something that could eventually save their life and mental status. Thank you.